But again, that 3-star T-34, no pushover. It's having trouble penetrate the Panther, but it's using, again, Bed 3 gets what? Secure mode, better control of the vehicle's main gun, improving targeting rate of fire, and ease of use with of the battlefield. So yeah, it's doing freaking circles with this Panther. Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 117 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 4v4 on, was it Lurch Assault, everyone's favorite map. Also, yes, camera's back to normal. I thought, you know what? What if I change the camera to a different spot and then I fuck it up by literally showing, first not covering up the actual, like, play and how long it is, so screw up there, and B, covering up a spot that is important for veteran scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, I still put up the old one, but I realized my fuck up, so there's that. Oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Alright, so we got 4 Soviets and 2 Wehrmacht and 2 OKW with... Is this actual... Oh. Well, Skippy, Alfman, Ronnie Killer, and Curry versus T-Flag, Junior, General Bosses, and Milfrin. Since it is Saturday, and by the way, this should be the first Saturday this happens, I am now doing supporter streams on pretty much Saturdays during 4K days. So this replay will be featuring someone that supports me in some way. I'm going to try to make sure those are definitely someone to spotlight on the weekend. And then, of course, if you don't know, the RNG gods, they can have their own replay submitted. But I will definitely have it. So someone in here did that. Who is it? You'll have to guess. But it is someone in here. In any case, yeah, so we have King of Noobs, Alphaman, Ronnie, and Courier. They're all Soviet. And looks like they're all going with some type of partisan tactic. Which, again, should be interesting. We have fortifications for Junior. General Boss went also Ostrupen, so equally, actually probably weaker infantry, probably. And then Mithrin went with special operations. So we shall see how this game goes. Again, Lurch Assault, 5 stars, and if you control majority of them, you win the game like under 10 minutes. It's insane how quickly that timer can, like, it goes down. But in any case, real quick, if you want to see me replay, greyshotproductions@gmail.com. If you want to support the channel, hit that like, subscribe button. Conscripts jumping over, trying to remove that cover bonus they would have. Now they are facing, so it's easier to kill them. So that's pretty cool. Scout car also coming in to assist, and pretty much the Volk squads up north have pretty much been knocked out. So good job, Alfman. So, yeah. I'm assuming this is a Skippy strategy. I had no idea this replay had him in it. So, that's one less person. But if he's going with a partisan focus, that's both good and bad. It's horrifying for the Axis, because now they literally have, like, anywhere on the map there's a building, they could literally be hiding troops inside to mow them down. That's why it's horrifying. But on the flip side, it is a lot of okay, to deploy these and to reinforce them, it can be quite expensive over time. Even though they're cheap, it's expensive to reinforce. So we'll see how well that does. Anyway, Grenadiers managing to hold mid. It looks like overall the Germans are actually doing pretty well at capturing territory. And if they capture this, they'll have a good chunk of the... 2 of the 3 stars, but still, that's relatively fine for the most part. I love these guys retreating. Skippy Scout Car is like, no, you're not escaping. No! I shall tear you apart. But alas, he doesn't have the extra man side to really help. Also, this guy in the south has a lot of, like, support. He has a couple Grenadiers, but they're nowhere near the south, honestly. Curry could probably move in and easily take this territory, because there's nothing down here. But it looks like instead focusing up north, which is actually pretty damn good. His sniper and conscripts take out Sturm Squad. Very nicely done. That's why you pay attention, especially if you're going in. Also, with this doctrine, these doctrines, which is, by the way, Soviet Reserve, they get conscript bonuses. Rapid conscription is fantastic, and the howitzer is also really good. For this, they can target armor, bring it down. So it's not like these, they did double up. And again, in my general pretext is, usually if you double up on a faction, you have to worry about people countering you very easily. But that's the purpose of this, is some type of infantry spam. So we'll see how effective that is. Anyway, we're also seeing an Ostrupen spam because we have 4 different ones. Not together, of course, but he's definitely focusing on it. MG's over here, but looks like Skippy's pulling back his scout car. We do have a counterattack on left. It looks like this guy, Mithrin, is preparing his forces to counteract the north. If we know Skippy, I'm assuming he's going to build a demo right over here. For those who don't know, I changed my camera. But again, Skippy, he plays upon that very, very well by placing demos in which the camera will, like, kind of block where it is. Any case, MG's opening fire on this point, holding back that MG. We do have a mechanized building going in. This is a bad spot. It's literally a straight shot at the allies, which an Su-85 can easily counter, so that's not great. Also, actually, real quick, let's double check everyone's rank. Rank does not matter at all. There are plenty of people that have higher ranks, like, again, that are actually really good, and there are some people with high ranks that are not really good. So it looks like it's about even across the board. Conscripts trying to fight, but the Volk squads, again, even without cover, they have STG-44s. Now, if you give these conscripts PPSHs or the, the extra man, yeah, they'll do a lot better. It did, looks like the mortar's out. I don't know why you threw the incendiary. That's kind of a waste. This MG, though, will suppress you, so that'll at least hold him back. Curry, fantastic, taking this location. I do think he should probably send some troops down to mine this area up. He has a lot of munitions, and some key mines and demos could be very effective in this location. Plus, he could also use some barbed wire to really make it very difficult to charge up this area. So that's my rationale on that. Up north, we have a lot of Ostrupen and Volk squads, but we do have Skippy's artillery, which is trying to hold him back. Alas, a little bit high. Mortar, though, is opening fire. Could get a nice shot. MG redeploying, so again, oh, nope. Rodney decided to retreat because of the scout car. Curry doesn't have AAT grenades, nor does it look like he has Petros rifles, yet he will have them soon. Flamethrower trying to hold back the Germans, and a large Soviet grouping moving in. It does have AT grenades, so they could easily knock this sucker out with one good shot. Ostrupen being torn apart by the conscripts. Not even get a single kill, but the conscripts are just murdering it and actually get a solid wipe from that unit. Down south, it looks like we do have a counterattack MG, and that if this guy would reacted a little faster, he could have satcheled it. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. He can't satchel it. At least he pushed back that. Unfortunately, I don't think he has the men. I'm really surprised the MG didn't suppress him, honestly. But it's not enough. The Grenadiers and the troops defending it are going to cause enough damage that he's going to need to fall this penal troop back. Yeah, they can easily hold him off. It's close, but the penal guy should die. Jesus Christ, he won't die. Goddamn, Grenadiers, what the hell are you doing? Shoot him. Wow, okay, these penals just will not die. Oh my god. There goes Satchel. Jesus frick. Courier, those penals are a goddamn boss. I'm really surprised. They should not have lasted that long. Unfortunately, Junior's coming in, and he's probably going to hold this area. Luke's is coming in, so we have I think that's our first light tank. I don't think any of the allies have any light armor so far. They don't, actually, they now have a bunch of caches, so that should allow them fuel. They don't have a lead in munitions. It's about equal. Up there. See what I mean by a demo? See what I mean by a demo? Oh, very nice demo. Is there any demos up here? Nope. We have a Stern Pioneer blob, which has lost combat effectiveness for going Panzerschreck. But conscripts, instead of going with a heavy cover around, decide to charge it. So the Stern Pioneers, even though they lack some of their efficiency, are still pretty damn good at fighting infantry. Again, Molotov going a little short there. And again, I think behind heavy cover, you would have been able to win that fight. Scout car and Ostrupin slowly advancing. So trying to hold out there. He does. It looks like he's trying to go for that like upper tier stuff. So we could see him trying to get the phase 3. And the reason for that is to get these upgrades. Because again, these LMGs require phase 3. So that it's necessary, I'm assuming, for him to at least stand up to the Soviets with better infantry. Otherwise, if he just sticks with this normal Ostrupin and the conscripts get PPSHs or the 7-man squads, it's just not going to be all that great for him. Engineers trying to hold. Oh, okay, he sent his own demo and a mine. Cool. They're trying to hold. Again, they're not. Well, this guy's sort of in cover. This guy's not. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Unfortunately, it looks like the Axis did take a majority of the stars, which is going to start the pop cap, like, just start plummeting very quickly on this map. We do have a sniper moving in, or a couple kills. Not too many, at least for right now. We do have another sniper with 3 kills. It looks like, again, a lot of MGs, but and only 1 mortar. But again, they have the medical back here to kind of heal their stuff. A bunker over here. The Germans have really entrenched themselves very effectively. And also, we can see down here that they have built a bunker. So it looks like Junior is using his fortification method to kind of lock down key territories across the map. So that way the Axis, the Allies have a harder time pushing. And then from there, the rest of his team can advance. So looks like we have some barbed wire, so the enemy's not going to be able to push in. They walk right into an MG, which most likely will cause suppression or them to run away. Now, luckily, it looks like, yeah, we do have like a very big blob over here because, again, they're so close to knit. I know there's 2 different players, but there's so many guys within like a foot space that's just like, yeah, they're going to be, it's a blob. Anyway, Sniper picking off that MG, which is very smart. Again, a couple kills there. AT gun lying in wait. Oh, God. Demo just out of range of that blob. So close. So very, very close. Maybe behind the tree. Would have been a little bit closer. But Blob is coming around against the AT gun. Conscript and Sniper opening fire against that. Doing what they can. Partisans have been deployed. They're moving in. Can we throw a grenade? No. Yeah, because they can't deploy a grenade when they just deploy. Damn, Partisans got annihilated. But they held long enough to where additional conscripts are moving in. And now blitzing in. Or oorahing in. So now, they should be able to reinforce and help Skippy hold the line. Plus, he still have his sniper right there. Alright, they're retreating this way. Ostrupin took the building. Lutz is opening fire. BTR's troops moving on in. They should easily push back this. Especially backed by an AT gun. Actually, 2. Missed the shot, however. Last AT gun shot does not miss, however. And provide with the PTRS rifles. Easily push back the Lutz. And in the meantime, Alfman is going to take back mid. Very nice job, Alfman. Another scout car. Or the scout car is just lying in wait over here. Or like, yeah, they're trying to push. But unlike previously, again, okay, I'm actually surprised it wasn't a bunch of AT grenades chucked. But at least they're taking the point, and this guy can't really engage that. Up north, there's really nothing stopping another push. So they can push up here, which is an issue. Right now, looks like Skippy's supposed to be up north. But I'm assuming Alfman and them have talked and been like, okay, yeah, sure, I got the north, but I'm also going to help in mid. We're going to kind of ignore the north. I'll help in mid. I'm assuming this is what their game plan is. And, yeah, we'll also help Ronnie. Ronnie will help in mid. We'll hold that in the star. And Ronnie will help also take this castle with Courier focusing down south. He has, again, his own sniper and forces. Also, Panzer IV, I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's turned to have its side slash... Really, its rear armor face the enemy. Unfortunately, it's not like he has a lot of AT guns, but he does have a T-34. Plus, good job with the cash. Again, credit where credit's due. It looks like this allied team is definitely putting it down. Number of caches. Axis have yet to do that. And they have, again... 2 Wehrmacht, so again, only 2 players actually have the ability to. But again, it does help overall if they do get those bonuses, especially for like Junior. Like Junior, you have 1,200 manpower. You should be either helping out your ally hold position so they can put down the caches, or just doing something like I don't know, like doing something else just majorly. You're getting a lot of sturms, that's fine, but I feel like a flak emplacement up here would have really helped hold this position. And you could have spared some of your resources to do that. Anyway, T-34 advancing, trying to knock out this bunker and stuff. Now, again, Junior did make a forward base here. This is a terrible spot, once again. The enemy can see it, and it's easy for Katyushas to hit it. So that could be an issue. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a counterattack up north. We have a demo. Nice. I like this demo. I really do. The demo, the fact is, like, inside the brush. Makes it incredibly hard to see it. Which means these Sturm Pioneers might walk into it and just get wrecked. Which I am waiting for. Please let that happen. Now, if he pulls back the unit and lures them in, especially if these units are, like, on him, maybe that can lure him in. Or maybe he's just trying to focus on that unit, and yeah, he's going to retreat. He might lose the unit. It is very low on health. Very lucky he didn't get hit. It didn't detonate from that Panzerschreck shot. But he is advancing. It is getting close. I don't think he can see it anymore. That's the thing. He did. I guarantee you he probably could not see it. So yeah. Otherwise, again, good hit. It did hurt the Sturms, and unfortunately, it didn't get both, but at least one of them was forced to retreat. Scout car once again advancing, but Skippy's ready this time, throwing some AT grenades. Very nice job pushing back the scout car. We do have a Panzer IV on the field. Do we have medium armor? We have a T-34 that is slightly, well, alive. It does have a damage engine, but it's still armor, and as soon as it's healed, it should be in good fighting position. Plus, remember, conscripts can heal. So remember, conscripts have their repair abilities. So if you allow them to heal your armor and use them as a massive repair force, your armor's healed like that. Maybe not as quick as Soviet industry with the repair stations, but it's still pretty damn good. Now, Junior, once again, going balls to the wall in terms of his forward emplacements, decided to put that emplacement so close to the front. I don't think it's a great idea because of constant artillery fire. Courier and Killer both have artillery, and I feel like that's going to be a huge issue in this game. Will be artillery. Now, Panzer IV taking a lot of damage. Nice demo. Again, I'm assuming it's Skippy. Just hammers the hell out of that Panzer IV, pulling it back. So again, it's what, 65 munitions, and the Panzer IV got pushed back. That's a really nice trade. We do, it looks like, have a mortar half-track. So T-Flag brought that up since he went festing. Again, he has artillery. Junior has artillery. Good kill. Again, we have some partisans coming in from behind, from both Skippy and also from Ronnie, knocking out the Panzer IV, the Panzerschreck shot. Very nicely done. I don't know what you're trying to hit. I'm assuming it's a scout car. Its main gun is destroyed. You're about to be able to get an AT grenade. I don't think you're going to be able to throw it, but at least it's injured. So at least the scout car will be unable to assist in any sort of capacity for a little while. Sniper, I'm assuming, trying to advance and find a target, but with that, yeah, with like the mortars and all the infantry right there, I think it'll be a little bit more difficult. Because again, if he starts picking them off, I could see them trying to push. But it does look like Ronnie's actually bringing up reinforcements, so maybe he can uphold. Meanwhile, Courier doing a great job down south. Now, T-Flag looks like focused down here again, and he's just slowly being pushed back. Again, that front base got knocked out. I'm assuming it was from the T-34 combo with Satchel. Again, they focused on the armor. Satchel just goes in, throws it, does like 40% damage to it, I believe. So, anyway, Sturm Pioneer Blob just chilling. Mithrin, I'm assuming it has the fight off the armor or the infantry. I don't think by themselves they can really. He's going to have to make sure these Osttroopers are on the front immediately, because if this squad comes in, I would rather fall these guys back and lay mines down, because you have more than enough, and lure them in and then ambush them, than be prominent on the front. No, even in good cover, I think that's until I don't think that's necessarily the best thing. Now, you do have a Panzer IV moving in. It's, again, the OKW Panzer IV, so it's definitely better. There is another T-34 back here, so Alfman could counterattack pretty damn hard. Volk squad's walking out and just being annihilated. Again, there's not much there. Infiltration grenades going out. Could get a good hit. Gets 3 kills, not bad. Panzer IV advancing, but once again, these guys have AT grenades. Now okay, now you move up. Conscripts weakened, do not have the capability to hold back the Sturms anymore. So yeah, they're gonna fall back. There we go. Nice. Nice job there. Meanwhile, again, we have more troops in mid. We have a bit of partisans. It looks like he did retreat those. So very nice. But I wonder, does anyone have these repaired? Okay. So yeah, okay. To reinforce this squad, it's 33 manpower. This squad is 270, sorry. So you figure it'd be like 10%, 27. No, it's actually a lot more expensive, which really freaking sucks, just trying to reinforce. T-34 opening fire, getting a great shot on that Ostrupin. Also, mines been deployed, and again, demos. So very nice job, again, trying to lure the Germans in and take them out. Unfortunately, it looks like a Pak-43 was deployed, so Ronnie lost that unit. But, good news, looks like Courier is actually doing a really good job in helping. He's controlled the south. If he can take mid, that would help the bleed of the objectives. And hopefully he can lock down this territory by placing mines and other defenses. So if T-Flag decides to come back down, he's going to learn to a trap. Also, again, another good idea would be him to advance upward this way. I know this guy's placing a teller mine. Again, I don't expect a giant flank. Also, that's in the middle of the road. Just stay off the fucking road and you'll be a little bit better. But causing hell, I think, would be a good idea. Panzer IV trying to engage, but 2 T-34s are also backing them up. But this also has 2 Panzerschrecks, so I don't think this thing is going to be the best scenario. But Skippy, being the kind person he is, also, I think, I could be wrong, but I think that Panzer IV just ran over the partisans. Sorry, partisans, the Sturm Pioneers. No, it did not. Okay, something really hurt their Sturms. In any case, Panzer IV, ambushed by the partisans and double T-34s, no longer has the infantry support, has to fall back. He does have some over here, and that will definitely cause damage, but he's charging. Double partisans being deployed. Again, I feel like it would have been better back here, but then you have the Panzer headquarters here, which makes me think, why are you charging? It's not a good idea. This is not a good area to charge in. Luckily, T-34s have good maneuverability and are falling back behind the hedges. Sturm Pioneer is going to be a little bit hard to hit. This T-34 is helping to hit the Volk squads, and it looks like we have additional forces coming on in with, again, PTRS rifles. So if the Panzer IV does come back, they can hold it off with just the T-34 and the penal troop. We do have some partisans over here, but again, the MG is going to be a pain. Luckily, we have a sniper coming in from Skippy to help remove that. Again, Axis forces pushing in mid. There is an AT gun, though, and Ronnie is providing supportive fire. But T-Flag and General's boss doing a good job counterattacking and pushing in mid quite a bit. So, good job for them. Down south, Courier looks like is having an engagement. But, again, this guy just charged a bunch of troops. And yeah, the Katusha just leveled them. Plus, this AA half-track literally does suppress infantry very effectively. So they were pinned, couldn't move, and the Katusha just wiped them out. Again, from a safe distance over here. And yeah, got a number of kills. So good job. Good job. Meanwhile, we do have infantry pouring on in. Looks like T-Flag just not being contained. But Junior is now down south, so it's not like the south has no one there and Courier just is sitting on his ass. No, he's doing something. He did defeat an army. I do, however, will note that I think he should be a little bit more aggressive in this location, because right now that's where they're losing it. Luckily, it looks like a Panzer IV did die from a collection of AT forces from Skippy and Courier. Again, we have forces pulling on back, but it looks like there's a lot of entrenchment over here. Again, we have the Pak-43. We still have the 2 buildings here, which are reinforcing. So they need to be uprooted in order for the Allies to really secure mid. Luckily, again, Skippy is taking this star, which should help them be out of the red. Because right now they're under 200 objective victory points. So it is close. And right now Panzergrenadiers are coming in, so I think that's going to push back these penals. Grenade, but yeah, he's just, oh, actually he did a little bit more than I thought. Okay. We do have mines going behind enemy lines. That's pretty funny. Unfortunately, the Ostrupen are there, but they can't really, oh, nice. I was gonna say, they're not gonna do all that much because they're retreating. They don't have that much damage output to kill that unit on retreat. Volk squad's coming on in. This is a really bad move. It's a smart movie, like, oh, I'm gonna flank the enemy. It's a bad move. Oh, never mind. He just killed a squad. Poor Ronnie. Again, there's still circles, so zeroing is in effect. But the reason why it could have been a bad move, luckily it wasn't. But retreat path, retreating, like, if they came from this way, my fear would be they go this way. Luckily, they went this way, but I swear to God, I've had so many times where I'm flying over here and they retreat this way and just right into what I'm assuming would be Green's forces, which should absolutely push for this point. I don't know why he isn't pushing there. He absolutely should. Now, luckily, his T-34 is pushing back the Volk squads and holding that off, which is good. And it looks like they weren't able to capture the fuel. Skippy is trying to hold back the armor, but again, partisans are very expensive, and he's doing an okay job of holding them back, but the problem is he needs more firepower. He has a lot of infantry, and it looks like they're really trying to go for the infantry focus for this game. I don't know what yeah, it looks like they just went on partisan focus. I don't think it was necessarily an infantry, just one partisan unit or something, like one unit only. It looks like they have a nice wide variety of forces. And looks like they're actually turning the tide. They have a lot of capture points. Katusha's hitting mid, which should hopefully pull their forces back out of mid. This Grenadier squad's very lucky it's not hit. Holy God, I'm waiting for the one shot to come in and just wipe it, but alas, that is not going to happen, and looks like it'll be fine. Great, you have a PTOS rifle, but you did die. I'll say that. Allies, does everyone have a Katusha? Everyone looks like has Katusha. Almost everyone has Katusha. Alpha is the lone man, but we'll see what happens shortly. Partisans have deployed. But again, they're fine for ambushing, but they're great for ambushing when you have something there. With this Panzer headquarters right there, you can't take this northern point, and it's very easily going to kill, well, partisans, because, well, they're not that high in health. Luckily, it looks like we have Ronnie taking this position. Now, overall population, Courier's doing fantastic. He's near pop cap. Ronnie's a little less. Alphaman a little bit less. Skippy's doing very well. Has a lot of units on the map. Katusha opening fire, not really hitting all that much. We also have a Stug group. Okay, interesting. Molotov cocktail stopping their advance. Unfortunately, their own incendiary is going off, and the conscripts will have to fall back. Luckily, it seems like the Volk squads are still taking some damage, which is good. Now, yeah, let's see. Let's see. What do you guys have? Oh, you actually have an artillery piece. Okay, cool, cool, cool. You have an artillery piece being made. There is an artillery piece here. It is a little bit closer to the front. My issue would be, again, just take note that the enemy could Katusha that if they get one of the Katushas up to Vet 3. They already have one Vet 1. It's almost Vet 2. So it wouldn't be that much of a stretch if it came up to Vet 3. And for those who don't know, again, increased shock is your rate of fire. And then 3 is for the improved range. So again, it gets like a good hit here. Or right here is also another great hit. Oh, very lucky didn't hit that. So close. Oh, almost got him on the way out. Alas, that Katusha did not maybe do as well as it could have done, but it still did okay. Luckily, Alphaman did capture the north. Good job. But that being said, Mithrin is not done yet. Mithrin still has a nice wide variety of troops. It's just the Soviet player just did a very smart thing, held back, waited, stopped the army, and now is advancing, which he should. Unfortunately, it looks like Junior's coming back down to attack south. Again, he still has the sniper, so he is prepared. And if they can knock out that squad first, that would be very effective to kind of hold that back. And it looks like that squad will have to retreat. It is very low. AA half-track once again, suppressing the blob coming in. We have a big T-34 push coming in, doing a lot of damage to that building. Luckily, again, partisans come in with PyroShark, helping to kill it. T-34, one of them has to fall back with a damaged engine, so it's probably going to be left to die. The other one, however, should be fine. And again, not a bad trade. You killed the Panzer headquarters, which is 120 fuel. That's pretty damn expensive to lose. Plus, you're stopping it from getting that fuel. So, right now, Mithrin doesn't have capabilities to deploy a Panther. Problem, he has capabilities to deploy a Command Panther, and I'm assuming that's what he's saving up for originally. As you can see here, yeah, he is saving up for the fuel. He didn't really care about his Panzer headquarters. At least that's my assumption. Anyway, T-34 opening fire. Again, getting some nice shots again. Very good against infantry. Luckily, again, very smart. Trying to get that fuel. Trying to get that Panther as soon as possible. We do have some engineers trying to go in. I'm assuming we're looking for a good mine location or something. T-34 up to Vet 3. 23 kills. Hot damn, Alfman. That T-34 is on a goddamn roll. Meanwhile, down south, unfortunately, looks like a combined armored assault with everything they had. Yeah, I managed to throw them out. So it looks like all those reserves that Carrier had now to be deployed. Because, oh boy, he lost a lot of his armor in that defense. Now, this guy's lost Stugs and Panzer IVs. We can see here that Courier has good infantry. Honestly, he has the fuel. I would get 2 Su-85s, just slowly push the enemy back with long-range tank fire and have the rest of your guys open fire. Maybe have 1 T-34 and an Su-85, sure. But I do think you have enough to replace your armor very quickly. Mithrin is trying to hold the line. Command Panther moving up. Very lucky he didn't hit something. Again, the enemy now pretty much has dominance over this region. But again, that 3-star T-34, no pushover. It's having trouble penetrate the Panther, but it's using, again, Bed 3 gets what? Secure mode, better control of the vehicle's main gun, improving targeting rate of fire, and ease of use with of the battlefield. So yeah, it's doing freaking circles with this Panther. Oh my god. Yes. I have come from behind. If this T-34 is oh, good partisans. I like this. I like the fact they're coordinating a lot with their partisans as well. This Panther, oh my god. This T-34 is the hero. I know I'm stealing that line from Skippy, but it is a like anytime Skippy plays, there's a guy that's like a hero tank. That is a fucking hero T-34. It was a T-34 with 300 manpower and 80 fuel that took on a Command Panther with 560 manpower and 225 fuel. Holy mackerel. It may have died, but dear lord, it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Mithrin, I'm sorry, that was a win right there for them. That was an absolute win, because now you have half an army. Essentially, you will get a bunch of fuel. That is a positive, but you're not going to get a Command Panther anytime soon, and you can't get armor because of the fact that, well, again, if we look, oh, Katyusha's so I mean, like, one shot while they're repairing would have annihilated them. Oh well, just not a lucky day with some of these Katyusha hits. But yeah, it's going to take some time to rebuild that army. Luckily, General Boss, however, ton of resources. I'm not sure why he's not building an army. He has enough he's very close to getting building a Panther, which I'm assuming is what he's getting. But yeah, it's just one of those weird circumstances where I'm unsure about what you're playing is, because you have so much manpower, and yet you have no caches down. Like, you really need to help support your team. You really do. Looks like we do have some artillery. I'm assuming that's Junior's doing. Yes, it is. No kills yet, so not great. And also the Pak-43 he kind of died. So that's a thing. T-Flag has, once again, a ton of manpower, but he has the population to back himself up. So good job for him. Looks like he's focusing more up north, but looks like he's sending his forces south. I'm assuming he's worried that this guy will take it. Again, Junior just comes down to wreck shop. Gets a nice shot with the T-34. Let's not discount that. That was like a decent shot against all of them. Oh, good kill. Good kill right there. A half-track moving on in. Armor those moving down. They need AT immediately. Katyusha's opening fire. Again, don't know why you're firing there. They already moved. Panzer Strike Group's moving on in. He has no long-range tank destroyers in the south. He just has this. So, honestly, T-Flag's just going to come in and wreck him, most likely. Oh, no, wait. Okay, he has a if he throws a satchel on this, he can hold him back. Throw a satchel. Come on. Throw your satchel. Throw your satchel. Now's the time, especially when they're right there. There we go. There we freaking go. Alright, that will stop them. We have something coming down. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm assuming railway? Yep, it's railway. Oh, damn. Alright, Axis now pretty much control this area. Now, if he walks into the railway, he will take friendly fire. That is definitely. He's realized that. He's like, maybe I should pull back. Oh, boy. I don't think there's anything up there, but, you know, double check with that railway. Meanwhile, major battle going on to mid. Remember, Allied players are still down over victory points. They need those victory points. But luckily, if they control, looks like, okay, here, maybe not so much. It looks like they're not going to be able to control that. And yeah, the Volk squad, especially being Vet 5, are going to easily push back the Engineer squad. But up north, we can see here that Skippy and Alfman have it. They have both points. Plus, they have this off Ronnie. So good job, Ronnie. Another T-34 just bit the dust. but they did do a nice push, get some kills there, and have successfully taken over this point, which is allowing them to stay in the game and win. At least right now for the victory points. For this last, not entirely sure, although we have a lot of artillery coming down right here. Again, sector artillery. Oh my god, friendly fire, man, for the win. Artillery and stuff like that's coming down that point. Again, maybe move up some forces might be beneficial. Jesus Christ. Artillery just, oh my god. Good job with the artillery. Just a fantastic job. Meanwhile, again, we have a flank coming in. A lot of AT partisans. Not necessarily a bad idea against armor, but you're versing infantry. So, like I said, I would kind of keep those back. Fighting Stern Pioneers and almost a Dotton, those guys easily have champion. Oh no, you're getting close. Oh, they actually didn't do as much as I thought they would. Okay. I'm saying that a lot this game. I know. But anyway, the conscripts opening fire against Stern Pioneers, all blobbed up. And they still have enough close range attack power that they're going to overwhelm the conscripts. They need some range for the conscripts to turn that tide a little bit and do more damage. Anyway, artillery's coming in, knocking a sweet shot like Threer, kind of hitting all over the place. They are trying to kill the artillery piece, which is why they're focusing there. Which, by the way, only has one kill. Junior. Oh, that's the only artillery piece we have. Damn. Thought someone else may have taken it or something. But yeah, this one's vet 2, so most likely Courier's going to win this fight. Just because it is the more highly vetted, unless he gets a lucky shot. Because again, vet 2, you get additional shells. So definitely doesn't help. Oh, never mind. Katusha actually gets there, gets a bunch of nice squad wipes. Damn, there we go. Good shot with that Katusha. Getting a lot of really good squad wipes, honestly. And some of that's from Skippy, who's using his own Katusha over here. And some of that was from some of the other Soviet players who called in this region. Good job with the partisan, knocked out the half-track. Again, it's still there, but at least you knocked it out. Again, they're trying to kill this mechanized building to stop them from healing. It is very close. They should be able to do it. Artillery's now hitting this point again. But nice thing is at least allies decap this. Very surprised we don't see a Katusha strike on here to kill it. More artillery's coming in. I'm assuming it's trying to kill this, but kind of missing a little bit over. Did manage to kill the building. Very nice. I wonder if he's trying to have this thing killed, because he's charging it. If he's done at this point, he should retreat. Okay, there we go. Oh, it died. Oh, meanwhile, a flank coming in. Looks like Skippy and Alfman continuing to pressure, pushing back Mirv up north. Additional AT forces coming on in. Remember, they don't have AT grenade for about 30 seconds, so you have to watch out for that. We have a Panzer IV moving on in. Double T-34 should be okay. Oh my, wow, says T-Flag. Why? Did you lose some units from your Katusha? Oh, okay. They busted you through mid, I'm assuming. And you're complaining. Or not complaining, you're just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Unfortunately, it looks like they weren't able to kill it, but they did do some substantial damage to it, which should hopefully allow the allies to kill it with artillery in the near future. German forces are barely holding mid, just hanging on with dear life, though they are slowly approaching up with a small attack force. Although, they're not going to escape, and there goes another Panzer IV. Again, that one is a little higher on health, but you did kill Panzer IV, so it was absolutely worth it. Nice Katusha annihilating this infantry in mid. Doing a very good job right there. Allies slowly gaining a little bit more steam. However, once again, they need the center star in order to keep this fight going. Luckily, they have the resources to back themselves up. They have more fuel and equal munitions to the Germans, who have less fuel. And also, once again, General Boss is 1,700 manpower, but let's see, 2, 3, 4 locations do not have caches, which I would say is a bit of a waste. The Allies have this, and would be great to have this, but it's fine, they don't. They have 3 out of 4, I'm happy. We have a Stug. Again, these Stugs are very good tank destroyers, versing light and medium armor, respectively. So the T-34s will have to fall back. Again, if you have these guys hiding for an ambush, that's a pretty good idea. Looks like that's what Alpman's trying to do, is lure them in for an ambush, which is very smart. I like how he's hiding behind the buildings. That's very cool. Anyway, unfortunately, he's not falling forward. He's kind of staying back. If the MG is staying up, it is blocking an attack over here, so I don't think they know. But because the Axis did take that over and they took over mid, right now the Allies are hemorrhaging, so they need the additional victory points in order to stop themselves from losing this game. Mark targets in effect, I'm assuming on this? Or something up north? They are targeting T-34. This would be a good time, Alphaman, to come in with the flank, and looks like you are. You can also throw AT grenades. You can chuck AT grenades on those guys. T-34 just coming out. Again, kind of a waste. I know the thing about Obosodatan is they're very good infantry killers. Yeah, and they're doing just that. Luckily, nice demo comes in, wrecks a bit of their armor, and actually, this thing might die. Actually, both of them might die, honestly. Pathfinding error kind of forced him to move up. I'm assuming he re-clicked it. Oh, and a mine got him. Double stew kill. Unfortunately, T-Flag has so much goddamn manpower and fuel. It's really not that much of a drop of a bucket in terms of just getting more stuff. He's getting 3 stooge right now. He's like, all right, kill 2, 3 more take its place. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Massive amount of troops moving on in. Looks like a satchel went off. Again, oh my god. Junior just lost all of his men. Junior, oh my god. Courier and Ronnie just coming in to wipe so many squads. And there goes the medical. That's why you don't put a medical on the front. It's why. It's why you don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. These troops are so close to dying, it's not even funny. It is hilarious, actually, but still. If I was the Axis, I would start decrewing this stuff, because it's ridiculous how many stuff there is. Luckily, sector artillery pushes back the allies. It doesn't stop Junior from losing most of his men, and he's already down to such a small pop cap. It's ridiculous. Mithrin is down. He doesn't really have armor. General's boss is down. Right now, allies seem to be slowly gaining, except for Alfman, who did take some severe casualties from losing all those T-34s. Ostrupen kind of moving on it. Sorry, Obosodatan with a Panzerschreck. So yeah, T-34 would win that fight normally, but with that Panzerschreck, it's gonna... Oh, wow, okay, never mind, escaped. Good for it. Allies desperately need to hold mid. Luckily, Skippy's AT gun might knock out the Brumbar, very close to. Oh, so close, the dirt saved him. Panzerwerfer firing, I'm assuming it's gonna hit here. Or is Katusha. Very low, actually didn't hit either, missed horribly. So good job there. Also, AT gun just constantly putting pressure over here. Very nice to see. We do have some defenses up here to guard this star, but they need to guard that. Also, if I was Courier, I would absolutely push for this location because you need this star so badly. Also, there's nothing down here. Like, Junior lost all of his men. He's the guy that was guarding this point. If I was you, Courier, I would, like, send a T-34 with an AT gun to fight because sure, this guy's a Stug, and yeah, you have to worry, but, like, worst case scenario, if you kill this thing and he walks up, you just deploy some partisans, get back in the building, and just fire Panzerschrecks with T-34. That should be enough to hold him back, especially in this close, tight-knit area. You can use the partisans in these buildings for, like, a choke point to block, especially if you need more men. They could always blow them up, but that would require a lot of resources to do so. Again, Allied forces opening fire. We have a lot of forces coming on in. Mithrin's back with T-Flag, who's again up north, not down south. So, along with Junior, that's kind of in mid, not down south. There's really no one down there to stop you. Obosodatan, I'm assuming, here to handle the partisans. No partisans, again, throwing AT grenades a little early. Always throw AT grenades when the tank is damaged, so you pin it, not the other way around, because then the Panzer IV can just run away, and it's very easy to dodge. Let's see. Katusha definitely took some hits, needs some heals. Luckily, you have some AT forces in the back, but unfortunately, Axis are taking that point. Double T-34 by Skippy is moving in to kill it. And Partisans coming in. Okay, they're behind some good cover. They can definitely do some damage. They're not going to beat a 5-man squad by themselves, but combine that with the T-34s, yeah, bit of an issue. Double T-34 should be able to push back the Stug. But alas, we have another one coming in and another one coming in. So now we have 3 Stugs opening fire on the T-34s. Slowly pushing them back. Oh, we have a big push in mid. T-34 trying to ram the King, I assume. Just barely, I'm assuming, being out of range for it. It is very close to dying. So, very good there. Partisan forces holding this location. Again, if it was pinned, maybe, or damage engine, maybe they can move up and just kill it with Panzerschrecks. Right now, I don't see that being the case. We do have a Panzerschreck group coming in. They get some rear shots. Maybe they can kill it, but it's gonna take quite a bit. And they focus on the Stug instead. I mean, that thing has literally a third of its armor left. It's gonna take quite a few Panzerschrecks. Katusha coming in, trying to push back the Panther, and successfully does with pushing back the Engineer squad. So very good there. Actually, Katusha getting some nice shots on the King, pushing it down even more. We do have some forces guarding the stars. Right now, that's where the allies need to focus, is guarding the territory. Luckily, resource-wise, they're dominating the Axis. Right now, the Axis just is doing a better job, and I think if Courier once again goes for this point, there's nothing here. There's not even mines as far as I can see in any location. Yeah, the Germans really don't have any mines in this sector. Courier just needs to send one unit, and he could probably capture this point. Honestly, Skippy and Alfman are doing fantastic in the north. They are holding the territory. They've repulsed large assaults by multiple people. It's really, if I had to say something, Courier's doing fine. I think he needs to capture his own territory. He's been focusing a lot more mid, but I think focusing south. Like, everyone's forgetting about the south, but right now the Germans are just they're just sitting back. It's like a savings account. They're just building and building and building, and eventually over time they know they're going to hit success. But again, it's just a waiting game. And it's also funny because there's a demo here of a Soviet player, so obviously you need to take this position. Meanwhile, Katusha's opening fire. Oh, okay, stopping him here. Not a bad idea. Make sure the munitions aren't taken. If the allies can capture that and just, oh my god, just relax on those munitions. Holy god, that's a lot of partisans. Now it looks like Skippy, what his plan is to move these partisans around to ambush. And that could actually seriously work. That's 5 Panzerschrecks. That's essentially like 2.5 Panzerschreck groups, or Panzer Grenadier groups with Panzerschrecks. They could do a lot of damage, especially to the Panther, especially with they chuck a bunch of AT grenades. And we can see here, yeah, absolutely Skippy has it. Also, Spy Network, I'm surprised we haven't seen it because, again, the allies can then see where the enemy is. That can be helpful. Anyway, conscripts advancing. T-34 is just chilling in the back. They're not being healed or anything. Kind of curious. Panzerschreck coming in. I'm sorry, Panzerwerfer coming in. Gets a nice squad wipe. I'll give him that. Right now, mid is still under their control. Kind of just being locked down. But looks like the Axis are reinforcing. A lot of... Oh my god, so many forces coming on in. Major engagement. Double AT gun, though, on standby. Luckily, it looks like the Axis are walking right into it. Partisan group coming in. A lot of Katyushas coming in. Looks like the allies are springing a trap on the Axis, and it might work. Fire at will. Damn, hits the building, gets out of there. He is blitzing out of there, in case you're wondering why he's moving at top speed. Luckily, knocks out 2 of the Stoogs. Bit of a crash right there. More, again, a lot of them are injured right now. A lot of Panzerschreck groups could open fire and kill an Oswind. He's going to retreat, though. Again, not a bad move to try to keep him alive. But a lot of the armor is injured. AT gun's still there, so they can always provide a lot of AT coverage, and looks like they are doing that. They're also vet 3, so that makes them even better. T-34s are still there and holding. Jesus Christ, that was a massive pronged assault from multiple people. We have literally everyone up here. And luckily, T-34 flank oh my god, I saw that man, he just flew at the screen. Any case, T-34 and partisan troop looks like opening fire, flanking. Just fantastic job from Ronnie. Really great job right there. And just great defense by Alpha Man and Skippy right there. Again, T-Man is leading back, but he has tons of resources, so he's still doing fine. Finally, someone's coming down here to take this point. Also, Ronnie, if I was you, I would lock these areas down. Make sure the enemy doesn't have an easy time coming back up the staircase up this castle. Anyway, Soviet forces just healing. They're doing fine. Katusha coming in, very close to losing some squads. Mirfred, though, not done yet. His Command Panther is still alive, and a lot of his infantry, though defeated right now, is still, like, again, can be reinforced, and he still has a decent army group. So, again, that is something to watch out for, I would say. Luckily, Ronnie's also moving in. He's doing a lot of damage forcing that. Also, pick up the Panzerschreck dude. Pulling back some of his men. Oh my god, that was a great Brumbar shot. Killed 2 partisan groups. Any case, forces kind of moving on up. Luckily, great shot in the building, knocking that out. So it's like no more partisans in that building. But yeah, allies barely keeping things together. They have 17 points remaining. They need to hold these objectives. Luckily, they have MGs. They have additional conscripts. They have a lot of AT. I think moving it a little more up would have been a bit beneficial, kind of for full coverage. But I think you're fine, relatively speaking. Command Panther's still there, but there's no fucking way they're advancing. Double AT gun. Skippy is hard locking that point. And, yeah, it's going to be hell on earth to uproot him. Alfman's there to support, though, once again, if the enemy attacks somewhere else, that Alfman would have to redeploy. It looks like this guy's also going in the north. He's doing something very similar to what Skippy was doing. He's trying to hide his AT forces and come around the flank. And really, Skippy doesn't have anything on this side, so this could work. Which is actually funny to think about, because this is the exact thing Skippy did to him, just from the other direction. Luckily, T-34 is, though, doing a decent amount of damage. Alas, PyroShark group did enough. Main gun is destroyed. T-34 going in for the kill. Might be able to. AT grenade goes out, damaging its engine. Nice throw, Alfman. Going around. Nice kill right there. And there goes his armor. It looks like Mithrin could deploy a little bit later. General Boss, though, still has a large army. Like, Mithrin, unfortunately, is kind of losing it right here. But overall, the Axis are not done yet. They still have quite a number of forces in mid. And that's a big problem, because these T-34s are going to have a hard time penetrating. Dropping smoke, my assumption would be to take that point. I love how it's every color right now. That's pretty amazing. We have a little bit of, we have everyone pretty much here. Wait, hold on. No, we don't have dark purple. My apologies. Okay, 3 of the 4 people are here. Anyway, Axis for Katusha fire coming in, doing a lot of damage to the infantry, especially the infantry right next to armor, because the bounce shot, like, for whatever reason, does way more damage. Which kind of makes sense if you think about it, bouncing off something and like having more of a spread effect. Anyway, T-34 trying to come in the flank, not working. King Tiger and everything just holding along with the Panther. They need an S-285. They are moving them up. Big armor push, more artillery coming in. Definitely a great counterattack by the Allies. Just pushing on through. Allied forces, though, taking quite a bit of casualties. Again, losing quite a number of units. I don't think they have too many reserve. As you can see here, they don't have huge, vast amounts of manpower and fuel and munitions like the Axis do. Like, T-Flag and them have a ton of resources. Great job right there, I think. Okay. Well, man, they tried to take that point. I'll give them that. Railway coming down to try to help clear it. King Tiger looks like did die from a partisan group coming in from the flank. Very good job there, Ronnie. Hey, that's a king down. That's a hell of a loss. So Junior literally has nothing left, which once again, take this point. Like, seriously. Unfortunately, Ronnie doesn't have a huge army anymore. Courier has a decent army, but not amazing, although his artillery is doing very well for himself with 31 kills. Very nice. Again, they're really trying to focus in mid with a lot of arty, try to push back the enemy. Looks like, yeah, the Allies, they're throwing everything they have right here. It's a big clusterfuck. It's like, throw your troops in, take the point, we need to hold it. There's nothing here. So, it's something to take note of. Like, again, especially for the Soviets, I'll give them flack because, oh, damn it, S-285 unfortunately bit it. But again, they have them from the rear. So once again, these T-34s, man, are just, oh my god, they are punching above their weight. Oh my god, Alfman just, Jesus Christ, never mess with Alfman and his T-34s. I love that railway doing some friendly fire action there. Trying to get the hell away, blitzing away. Luckily, it looks like I'm managing to get Stooks trying to hold the line along with the new Command Panther. Armor pulling on back again. We have Mark Target going in to help fight the armor, but there's nothing here. If the Allies lose this because of this, I will say there is something, they do have something that would allow them to know. We can see here Skippy and Alfman both have spy network. That would allow the Soviets to see that there's nothing here. And hopefully that would have allowed them to realize that they could push the south. But right now, they're congesting themselves in one point, which is allowing the Germans, which may have a smaller army in some regard, to still punch up very well, because it's just one point of continuous fire. So it's really just anyone's game, and it's just a game of attrition. Luckily, looks like some conscripts finally came up here. Thank you, Ronnie, and took the point. Now, for the love of... by the way, you can do this. Use your sandbags and block these areas off. Just make sure they can't get into it. Block off the entire castle if you need to, from any way except for the back. Just make sure they can't take it, and you'll be doing fine. Luckily, that did save the Allies. Allies still counting down the tickets against the Germans, doing a very nice job. AT gun opening fire against the Brumbar and infantry support all around. We still have Alfman and Skippy's units up north. Plenty of munitions. I would absolutely be placing mines, and he's doing exactly that, which is very good to see. A lot of Axis forces. A lot of guys are in mid. Pretty much all the forces are. Luckily, the Allies are just bringing in a ton of Katyusha fire to stop them. Again, and conscripts just mowing him down. Panzerwerfer, though, returning fire, getting a nice squad right there with Skippy's forces. Who, by the way, still has a decent army, so even though he took a loss, he's doing pretty damn well. I love this demo still right here. It's just like, come on. I want to press it. Artillery, though, just raining hell on that point, just getting a ton of free kills, because you know they're going to go for that point, so you know that it's a great place to hit. It's just, yeah, it's just perfect. Oh my god, the Ostrupen are just like, it's just like sacks of, it's like balloons. They're just blowing up everywhere. It's like pinatas, although, you know, with not that much great stuff inside. Anyway, luckily they're taking the point. They did place it as minefield here. I'll give them credit. Yes, you didn't have to worry about that. If you were kind of watching, you could have looked out for these signs and you would have been okay. But overall, you at least held this point. You're mining it up. You have tons of munitions. Ronnie, make this hell for the Axis to take. Mine it for the love of fuck, and you'll be fine. Luckily, the point cap is coming down. Oh my god! That was beautiful. Who was that? That was a combined artillery barrage. Oh my god, I love this. All three have Bet 3 artillery pieces. But a lot of armor right now trying to bust on through, and this Panther might be able to. Katyusha is falling on back, but the Allies need additional forces on the front. Luckily, they have almost all the victory points, so they're going to start counting down the time against the Axis. And the Axis right now, some of them have a large army, some of them don't. Allies, unfortunately, looks like a little bit. It looks like it's right even. So neither side has an advantage, but the Allies, once again, using their mass amounts of artillery just to hit that position. Axis, on the flip side, trying to use armor to break it. Alas, it's just the artillery's doing a lot better. Great bundle grenade right there. Unfortunately, the AT gun did die. That would be a big issue. You need to remand that one right now to fight that Panther. That's your best chance. Like, tell you one engineer squad, remand the AT gun, because there's so much armor here. You need AT. Now, don't be wrong. Yes, it is important to take that point. But there's so much armor there that if they push you guys, I'm afraid that they're bust through your line, because you don't have a lot of tank destroyers, like meaty tank destroyers, like an Su-85 to hold back. Like 2 Panthers. We have 2 Stoogs, a Panzer IV, and a Brumbar. Some of them with side armor and definitely upgrades, so you need to worry about that. We have a conscripts coming in fighting Volk squads, but they will hold the line. They will hold, looks like, because again, they have PPSHs, so good job there. It's very close indeed for this game. Luckily, the Allies focusing there, and I'm so thankful that they went down south. I'm so very thankful, because some players don't. They like, I'm not going to go there. We only have to focus here. That seems to have saved them, because for when they lose this point, that's allowing them to just keep the cap going. Oh my god. Partisans coming in. Oh, plane crash, almost hitting Skippy's forces. Again, not really much action up here, but I wouldn't dare cross this. I'm assuming there's a fuck ton of mines up here. Axis still. It's weird how they're only going after 1 point. This is kind of showing you the idea of each side. The Allies at least gained the idea of spreading out their forces a lot more. The Axis are so congested, it's literally killing them. Like, they don't have a lot of forces going down south. Like, they just sent 1. Like, why? And that is game. Holy mackerel, that was an intense match. With a last minute, like, German defense. They just have a bit of everything over here. It's just nuts. But, in any case, victory goes to the Soviets because they were able to bring down the points and hold the territory. Usually, Large Assault, you have to watch out for all 5 victory points. And it is a unique map for that. If some people hate it for that, I do find it interesting just because of the unique environments from the city in the north to a little bit of a like more clustered open area kind of here. By clustered, I mean there is a little bit of buildings, but once it's gone, it's just a wide open space, as you can see, which is perfect for long range engagements. The close quarters urban castle and like almost a 1v1 like side plane that's all the way in the south. That's just very far away. It's a very cool map. I really enjoy it. But very good job on the Allies side. Very good job holding your territory and spreading. The Germans were just tunnel vision looking there. I know I'm gonna say this. I'm a corrections officer, so again, I'm gonna make a reference to an actual like a police officer in engagement or like in a fight or something. And although again, corrections officer in a fight, but kind of a similar mindset. If you're in a perilous situation, you have to train yourself to look elsewhere, not just straight down. The Germans were looking straight at the enemy. They weren't looking at their surroundings or the victory points. They're only looking at that one area to take to win the game. Even if the Germans took that point, that would not have won them the game. They needed to take at least this point and one of these. Now, they were so busy trying to take this point, they didn't realize that. They didn't realize the Allies took all the rest of the territory. They're so focused. So when you're in a fight, or like again from my experience, and you're doing that, you need to not you do have to worry about the thing in front of you, but you also have to worry about everything else going on around you at the same time. It's tricky and it can be very difficult, but you need to be able to take that step back, or in my mindset, just be able to look at different areas and figure out what's the scenario going on, even when you're in the middle of something. Because if you're just focusing, going straight at the target, you're not going to realize that it's too late, that your plan is not working and you need to focus somewhere else. You're going to be so focused on that thing, it's just going to end up digging your own grave. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to the Axis. They were so focused on that one point, they didn't realize that their grave was already dug and they were just jumping in. But in any case, enough of that. Let's double check to see how this game went. Let's see. So we got Courier with most damage. I absolutely agree. Courier, I do believe you could have pushed a little bit further south, but overall, you did really well. I'm assuming your artillery did that. 48 kills. Holy hot damn. Doing very well for yourself. Actually, no, it was actually your AT gun did very well for yourself. So good job there. So let's see. Alfman. Let's double check Ronnie. Ronnie, what was your best unit? Partisans. Okay, a lot of good partisans, but again, a lot of them died. But hey, you use partisan tactics. That's kind of be expected. Alfman, T-34s. His T-34s were fucking amazing. Sorry for swearing so much about his T-34s, but hot damn. I don't know if Alfman has literally been training, or like when Skippy plays games, Alfman is the one that he refers to about the hero T-34s, but Jesus Christ, his T-34s were killing Panthers, Command Panthers. Holy mackerel. That again, they had a little bit of support, but that's just awesome in its own book. Let's double check Skippy. Skippy's best unit was the AT gun. Definitely, he had a great AT gun line that really helped both in the north and eventually here. He just realized the fact that, okay, definitely have your armor in the front, but keep your AT guns right behind us so the enemy thinks, oh, we got those T-34s. And the double Zis gun later, yeah, the Panthers end up like crawling back with no armor and no health left and just barely getting out of there alive. In any case, most kills goes to Ronnie. But yeah, they all took a lot of losses, but I chalked that up to the partisans, but not nearly as much as they could have. A lot of their KDs are not that off, because for the Soviets, oh god, you could lose a ton of men. Axis forces, again, a little more positive for some of them, but a lot of negative. Junior, you really fortified, and that screwed you in some ways. Like, putting your medical here was literally a slaughter. That was just you need to move it back like here, because the enemy just literally focused you so hard. Here it's a little bit harder to see, and I don't think they would have really noticed. But putting it right there, oh god, that opened you up to a big can of worms. So yeah, Mithrin also, you did very well up north for what you did, but unfortunately, Alfman and oh my god, Skippy were they just locked that area down. By the way, thank you Mithrin so very much. He is a Patreon supporter for Greyshot Productions, so thank you so very much for submitting this replay. You did really well for yourself, at least for the infantry game. I do think your Soldaten and Stern Pioneers did very well, especially for flanking. You definitely knocked out a T-34 stuff like that. You reversed Skippy's strategy on him, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I do think you could have supported your Command Panthers a little bit better. You did lose quite a few of those. If I look at unit stats, you did lose 2 of them. And a lot of them were from those hero T-34s that Alfman just kept producing. So I will give you credit. You are literally versing something that typically 95% of the time you should win that fight. But whatever reason, that T-34, man, would not go down without killing that Panther. It just wouldn't die. Any case, so yeah, still good job there. You still got a ton of kills with your Sturms, which are doing fantastic. So overall, really good job there. Junior, once again, you kind of messed up and you took a lot of losses. General Boss, once again, you had a pop cap, but I feel like for how much resources you were holding back, you could have done so much more or something like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe you bring in supply drops to help out. I don't think I really saw any of that game. That's maybe just me. But yeah, I also don't think Ostruben were the best pick. I just don't think they were, like, again, a lot of these guys are fresh off the train. I don't think a lot of them, like, it's great for scenarios like this where you're just pumping med into the point, but I don't think they were getting the high veterancy that some of the Soviet forces were. And then, yeah, then we can talk with Mithrin. Oh, T-Flag. I almost forgot about T-Flag. T-Flag was a mix. Like, his Stugs and armor force are great. His infantry force was kind of all over the place. Like, some of his armor attacks were amazing, especially with his, like, Panzer IV. And I'm assuming that's, yeah, his Stugs did very well. But that being said, even though he definitely did well with his armor, I feel like it could have definitely changed that a little bit. Like, example, he was very good with his armor. I feel like more infantry support and mines and additional things would have really helped him out more for some of those ambushes, stuff like that. Maybe even a little bit of artillery or like a Panzerwerfer or something, I think would have helped out a little bit more to help advance with some of that stuff, because I feel like he just kept being kind of like, he would advance with his armor, his infantry would die, but his armor would push forward and there would be something left. Maybe the artillery would have helped. But in any case, that's going to be it for this game. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and submit your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. And yeah, maybe if you come as a supporter, I'll highlight your replay on the weekend. But in any case, it's been Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time. Wait a second, before you guys go, I have a couple people I need to give a shout out to because they are so amazing, awesome, and just really supportive of my content. Those people include Milam, Ace, Chris Bailey, Folkvard, Javi, Jfoe, Joey, jrchicklis, Little Koosh, Mustaach, Onlyplayapples, PyroShark, Streakingwookie, GTA, Jakub, Ocwieja, and Kevin Gao. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.